And we are coming back. I haven't been on for a few days. You get to doing other things, and sometimes I just can't come on. It's just what it is. But welcome to an episode of Gettin Bizzy. I'm your host, it's Biscuit. Remember, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And you know what it is. I'm Biscuit, and let's get busy. Well, I hope everybody had a great weekend. My weekend was what it was. The wife put me to work, so I had a lot to do, and boy, I felt it, man. I'm still feeling it. She had me out there doing yard work, which it needed to be done, and I'm glad we almost got it done. We're trying to get our flower garden going. It's a rough to do sometimes, but she's got a vision, so we're gonna do her vision, not mine. So anyway, remember when you come in, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button, and know that we love to talk Cowboys around here. So with all the top 10 lists being released, Cowboys is really, their offense last year really got everybody's attention. So yeah. Better put my glasses on here. So obviously, one of the main lists that we look at is quarterback. You know, last year they put Dak out, I think, as like the 17th best quarterback in the league, which is funny and all get out, because when you look at the people that was in front of him, you know. Really, you would take Trevor Lawrence over Dak Prescott?
Oh, hell no.
I don't think so. Yeah, I wouldn't take Justin Herbert over Dak Prescott. There's just no way.
Oh, hell
no. And maybe I'm sounding biased, but I just couldn't. And so this year's list came out with the top 10. And, you know, like we talked about it. And Dak was given the 6th best quarterback in the league. He's getting his props that he rightfully deserves. Now, us fans, real fans, should I say, we know it. You know, we've seen him. We've seen him at his best. We've seen him at his worst. But when he is at his best, and he is healthy, and he is playing, and he's playing at his capabilities, he's always top 5. His entire stat sheet will go top 5. He'll be there in completions. He'll be there in completion percentage. He'll be there in yards per catch. He'll be there as one of the best long ball throwers. He'll be there with his QBR, with his overall passer rating. He will be there. He'll be really respectable. Last year proved it. If he wasn't as tough as he was last year, and I grant you, we're not just going to put George Pickens at a godlike category here. Yeah, he was a hell of an asset. But Dak has had 2,000-yard receivers before. He's had Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup. He's had Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb do it. He's done this before. Last year he had, obviously, CeeDee Lamb and, of course, George Pickens. So it's not uncommon for him to put up these kind of numbers. He's done it just damn near every year that he's been in the league when he's healthy and he's playing at his best. He's always putting together a top 5 to 10 offense in the league. Even when, we can run down the list of all the wide receivers he's had, and one right after another. It doesn't make any difference. He still has those kind of numbers and those kinds of years. And to sit here and a lot of you guys want to bash him and say he's a loser, which I get. He needs to win the big one, and I'll be the first to tell you that. And I have defended Dak more than I can ever want to shake a stick at, because I have absolutely defended Dak, because I know what my eyes tell me. I know what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a guy who flat out balls. He sees it. Yeah, he's made some bad plays. He's human. So, and people want to run with that. Especially people who don't want to let go of the legend of Tony Romo. I love Romo too. Okay, I'm going to put it that way, but I'm not going to sit here and say that Tony Romo was worlds better than Dak, because he wasn't. He just wasn't. Dak is a really solid quarterback. Will I put Dak as the best quarterback in the history of the Dallas Cowboys?
Denied.
No, I won't. To me, and to most of us OG Cowboy fans, that will always be held by the great Roger Staubach. He was just phenomenal. You tell me anybody who would get drafted 5 years before he ever joined the team, that a team would wait 5 years on somebody. Well, the Cowboys did that for Staubach because he was in the Navy and he had to go off to Vietnam. 5 years. They drafted him in 1965. He didn't play a single game for the Dallas Cowboys till he didn't report to the Cowboys to 1969. Didn't play a game to 1970. That's facts. So to me, not only is he my childhood hero, that is the best quarterback in the history of the Dallas Cowboys, followed by Troy Aikman. How can you not put Troy Aikman up there? 3 Super Bowls in 4 years. It should have been 4 in a row. We all know that. But he gets so much flack, especially with the new generation today, because they are so into the high-flying, throw the ball down the field. Well, that's not how football used to be played. And quite frankly, the teams that win the Super Bowls are the ones that's playing OG football, running the damn ball and working everything off the run. Cowboys' offense last year was a little different. They ran the ball by working everything off the pass. And it was spectacular to watch, but I'm hoping they'll change it up this year and use come off the run game more to set up the play action. I like to see Dak under center more, but if he feels comfortable being in shotgun, then so be it. Anything that can get the Cowboys to the playoffs, I'm all for. But if you know me, you know that I'm all about running the football. I love to run the football. But Dak getting the number 6 nod, I've been ecstatic about it. So that goes on to the question that I've got for everybody. Can Dak Prescott win the MVP? I say he's came close so many times. His rookie year, he was nominated for MVP when he got Rookie of the Year. He literally finished 5th, I think, in voting or something like that. 4th or 5th. That was his rookie year. And that's coming from a 4th round pick. 2023, I think he was simply robbed of the MVP. They gave it to Lamar. Dak was phenomenal in 2023. Last year, I do believe that if it wasn't for the fact, and I'm not taking nothing away from Stafford. Stafford had a hell of a season. He was an MVP. He was definitely an MVP. But Dak checked all the boxes at quarterback in the top 5. Nobody in the league did that. Dak did that. Cowboys go to the playoffs last year. I do believe, hands down, Dak Prescott is the MVP. Some will challenge me on that and push back, and I get it. Stafford was awesome, but so was Dak. I mean, he lost his star receiver and started playing with somebody he had never played with before, and had an amazing year. Him and Pickens were absolutely incredible together. So I'm going to say, let's take a look at if the Cowboys can go to the playoffs, and if they can win double-digit wins this year, and I think they can, even with this ridiculously hard schedule. I do believe Dak Prescott can win the MVP, and he's going to have my vote, and I'm going to back him. I need Dak to get through the regular season. He's a hell of a regular season quarterback. I get it. But to go and say he's always flubbed up in the playoffs, that's a slippery slope. Because he's had some good games in the playoffs and come up short. You're going to tell me in 2016 against Green Bay he didn't play good? He was awesome that day. Just Aaron Rodgers was the man when it was time to be the man. I was saying when the Cowboys went down and they kicked that field goal to tie that game late in the fourth quarter, that they should have been going for the touchdown. They should have got very aggressive. But they were relying on Zeke to get in there, and Green Bay loaded up. It was kind of slippery in the first half, and a lot of people say, well, we should have went back to Romo, and when we got to the playoffs, and I've never been one to say maybe we should have, maybe we shouldn't have. I just said it'd been a dick move. Dak just put together the greatest rookie season in the biggest turnaround. You got to remember the Cowboys a year prior when Romo was hurt the year prior, and the Cowboys went through all those quarterbacks. They won 4 damn games. 4. And the only thing different from the 2015 team to the 2016 team was Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott. That's it. Same receiver, same run, same defense, same everything. Only Dak and Zeke. And they took the Cowboys from a 4-12 team to a 13-3 team. That was remarkable. Obviously, Dak put up a 104 passer rating, QBR at somewhere in the mid 80s. He was phenomenal. Zeke running the ball was phenomenal. It was, and I get it. Zeke Elliott was drafted to be there for Tony Romo. It was supposed to be Romo's big after doing what Romo did in 2014, which was phenomenal in itself. The sports writers didn't see Romo as the MVP, which I actually see him as the MVP. I get it. DeMarco Murray, 1,800 and some yards, was just absolutely killing it, and he broke Emmitt Smith's Dallas Cowboys single-season record. I get it. But Romo was phenomenal that year. He was. Him and Dez was lighting it up. It was a really good football team. So I get it. Why? Some might think that if they would have turned the reins back over to Romo at the playoff time, because Dak was still a rookie, I think it would have been a dick move, but I would have understood if they did it. But Dak they got behind in that game, and Dak and Ezekiel Elliott brought them back. Tied it up late in the fourth quarter. If they would have got that touchdown, I just keep thinking about the third and 20, and that's what really killed them. When Byron Jones let that play happen, he didn't get aggressive on his coverage. He laid off a little bit too far, and it was a hard catch. The 3rd and 20, man, you just cannot let that happen.
Kiss
you can't.
My entire ass.
Then it came down to the what was his name, Mason. It kicked that long field goal. It was his longest field goal he kicked of the year. That was it. So much for the Cinderella team, and I get it. Then in 2017, we didn't get back to the playoffs. Dak he wasn't really all that great that year. And when they say the sophomore slump doesn't happen, well, it happened to him a little bit. Yes, he had to play because somehow they they brought up some kind of dumbass penalty. Something that Zeke had done in college 2 years prior, and the NFL decided to give him a 6-game suspension for something that happened in college like 3 years later. It was the most ridiculous thing, but it threw the offense off, and Dak he wasn't all that great, but they still finished 9 wins that year, 9 and 9-6, something like that, 9-7. And so it wasn't very good. But in 2018, they started off what? 2018, they had a really, it was a solid year. They started off, it didn't really look like they was going to do much. They were like 3-5 at mid-season. Then they made that trade for Amari Cooper. Dak had a weapon again. They let go of Dez Bryant, which I thought was ridiculous that they did that, but it later on made sense to me. Dak gets a new weapon, and he exploited it. He gets his first playoff win in that year by putting out the Seattle Seahawks. You got to give that some gunfire. Then they go to the Rams, and the defense is absolutely shit a brick, man. Just shit the bed. Just you had two running backs on the Rams that day that rushed for over 150 yards each. Just simply destroyed them. So it started being shaky from here and there. And of course, Dak gets his next playoff victory was in 2022, I guess it was, finally somebody took Tom Brady out in the damn playoffs and sent him into retirement. And Tom Brady has spoken really highly of Dak Prescott. So I'm going to put him down as my pre-pick right now, not just because I'm a Cowboy fan, it's because I think the man, his time is now. When you see him play, you're seeing a man who sees the field. I do anyway. So Dak being the sixth best quarterback in the league, I could move these around a little bit because they got Josh Allen at number one, which I think Stafford got robbed because he was actually the MVP. He should have been number one because you got to look at shit for right now. They got Patrick Mahomes at number two. Patrick Mahomes is probably not going to be back till, I don't know when, I think maybe mid-season. So he's not, I don't know if he's even going to be that good this year. I'd have to look at that. Pat Mahomes is going to, if he's not 100% healthy, the money they got invested in him, I would set him and bring him back next year 100% and let him go after the league. But they got number three, which I got no. They got him at number two. I got no problem with that because he is Patrick Mahomes. I mean, regardless, he's Patrick Mahomes. They got Burrow at 4, Stafford at 3. They got Jackson at 5. They also got Jackson ranked at number 69 on the top 100 this year. And obviously, they've got Dak higher because they've got 100 through 51, and Dak's name hasn't been called yet. But they got Lamar at number 69, but yet they got him one number higher than Dak on the best quarterbacks in the league. He's at 5, Dak's at 6. So that's confusing right there enough for me. Justin Herbert, I could keep him right where he's at 7. Drake May, Jared Goff at 9, and Caleb Williams. Yeah, I'm okay with it. I would shift it around a little bit. I would put Stafford at 1. I'd probably put Allen at 2, Mahomes at 3. I would move Lamar down to 6. I'd move Dak up to 4, and I'd put Joe Burrow at 5. Rest I'd probably leave about the same. Then we start looking at the interior linemen. And the number one interior lineman in the NFL, Tyler Smith. So they're really looking at the Cowboys offense. Then you look at the wide receivers. And the Cowboys have 2 wide receivers in the top 10. CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. So me saying that I could see Dak Prescott as a really, really solid contender for the MVP this year. And I know the season hasn't started yet. Hell, training camp just starts next week. I get it. It's early, but I'm just going off what I saw and what I've saw the last few years from him. Obviously, last year he was awesome. Year before he got hurt, when he played, he really wasn't as good as we've seen him. Which second half of the season, we don't know how good he'd have been. We've seen him be shit before, and that was in 2018. They was shit, and then all of a sudden, second half of the season, he just took off. We've seen it before. 2023, Dak should have been the MVP. He should have. Cowboys are 12-5. They won the division, and they went 12-5 3 straight years, and he should have gotten it. He led the league in touchdowns that year. The year prior in 2022, he led the year in yardage. So that's back-to-back legit claims that he's had at the MVP. 2023, he should have been the MVP. He would have been the MVP last year if the Cowboys could have went to the playoffs. If they had a defense that just could have not let mediocre offenses like the Cardinals come in and look like world champions. That's just a fact. That happened. We was talking about it on other podcasters that I've seen, and they were talking about how do we feel when you seen a shitty offense like that could come in and just walk down the field on the Cowboys. It felt bad, and it looked bad, and it was terrible. So I can see it as long as if we could get that defense to be middle of the pack. Obviously, if you watch my show, you know that my entire off season, this entire summer, I've talked about one player. And that's because there's like an arms race going in the NFC. And the Rams are winning. The Rams are winning. I mean, they picked up McDuffie from the Chiefs, made a trade and brought in the best defensive player in the entire NFL in Myles Garrett. And now the great Aaron Donald is talking about coming out of retirement to go along with the offense they already got with wide receivers like Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams. They're going to be a handful. So them building up like they did and knowing that the Cowboys made three legit offers to trade for Max Crosby. So I'm still #Max to Dallas. I think we can give up some first round picks for him and just get him over here. We almost had him. We offered a first and a second, and that marinated until the Ravens got involved and offered 2 first rounds. And I said it a million times. I think they got cold feet. And they backed out because somebody probably agreed to something that somebody else higher up didn't want to agree to, because Trey Hendrickson was sitting there at free agent, and he wasn't getting the money he was asking for. So Cowboys can get to the playoffs, and Dak has. And I'm hoping that. And if people want to talk about him getting 5,000 yards, and don't get me wrong, that'd be fantastic to watch. But I want to see some more running. I want to see Javonte Williams really get down at running back this year. I want to see us have a legit backup running back. And I'm not really wanting to use Dak so much in the running game, but I'm not afraid to let him go, because we know Dak can run with the ball. He's tough. So I'm still going to be, I think Dak can be the MVP this year, if these things can pan out the way that we've seen it. And another thing that came across my table, Pac-Man Jones. My God, I'm just going to, like Rick James said, cocaine's a hell of a drug. When he wanted to throw back shade on the top 10 list. And he said that he would not put CeeDee Lamb in the top 10.
Kiss my entire ass.
What? He says CeeDee Lamb is not a top 10 wide receiver. The whole damn league and every sports writer there is says CeeDee Lamb is a top 10 wide receiver. Most of them say he's a top 4. But because, he got hurt last year and he missed a few games, he didn't have the year that he had prior when he got 1,700 yards and broke Michael Irvin's record, Cowboys record. So I got to look at. He literally said he would take T. Higgins and Stephon Diggs over CeeDee Lamb.
Denied.
Are you serious? So I got to looking. Stephon Diggs' best year was in 2020. He got 127 receptions. He got 1,535 yards, 8 touchdowns, and yards per catch, 12.1. Awesome year. Not going to take it away from him. It was an awesome year. That's him at Buffalo. That was him at Buffalo. Higgins, his best year was in 2021, where he got I got this wrong. He got 1,091 yards. He got 84 receptions, 6 touchdowns. But he did do good on yards per catch. He got 14.7 yards per catch. Not going to take it a waste. Good year. And in 2025, he got 11 touchdowns. Still none of those compared to CeeDee Lamb's. One of his worst years. CeeDee Lamb's best year was receptions. He led the league, 135. He got 1,749 yards. He averaged 13 yards per catch. He got 12 touchdowns. I'm not taking either one of those guys over CeeDee Lamb. There's just no damn way. So, Pac-Man Jones, I get it. You're trying to be like my boy the G said from Talking Cowboys. You're trying to do like Acho and get clicks. Acho had all those great things to say about Caitlin Clark that the WNBA could survive without her. Come on. He does a lot of stupid shit for clicks. And I think that's what Pac-Man Jones did. Pac-Man Jones he's a goofball. He's an absolute goofball. He's a goofball. Because you cannot, when you're sitting there and you're looking at the top 10, and what really got me is he said Nico Collins wouldn't be on it. He couldn't put Nico Collins on it. He didn't know about Nico Collins. You don't know about Nico Collins, you couldn't put CeeDee Lamb on there, man. Give me a break, dude. CeeDee Lamb's the top 4 receiver. And he did put George Pickens on his list. And I can respect that, because honestly, I would put Pickens over Lamb right now. Just right now. That's because George Pickens was absolutely fantastic last year. Now, he was 4th in the league, and he was absolutely fantastic. So, these two weapons, and obviously we're going into training camp right now, and we want to think about who I want to see really step up. And the only person I can think about, and like I said before, I am Team Tyler Guyton right now. Okay, I gotta be. I believe in the guy, but he is the one that's got to step up right now. He has to step up because Shotty's been calling him out. It's his job to lose, and they're going to let Nate Thomas battle for that left tackle spot. And I believe Tyler Guyton, he's got the edge because he's the number one, because he's a first round draft pick. He's going to have the edge. And I got to believe in him. He's the guy that I got to trust to guard my quarterback, my MVP caliber quarterback, blindside. I have to trust him. I know if all these things can pan out, I believe Dak Prescott can be the MVP of the league. I firmly believe that, and I'm going to stick with it. So that's my word of the day, and I'm going to be pushing it. I think if all these things could fall into place, obviously we know Javonte Williams is going to be our number one running back. We're going to have our two dynamic receivers. We got to have Ferguson step up this year, and Dak loves Ferguson, so I can't sit here and absolutely dog the guy because Dak loves Ferguson. That's his safety net. But I need more than what I got out of my tight ends last year. As great as that offense was, as a combined unit, the tight ends got what? 600 yards?
Kiss my entire ass.
Just 2 years ago, Dalton Schultz got 800 by himself with him and Dak. So I know Ferguson can do it. He's got the capabilities. He got the big contract. Schultz, they didn't give him a contract. They franchise tagged him and let him walk. But they signed Ferguson. And now we've picked up that our draft pick, which I hope makes the team, and I hope it sends Schoonamaker the hell out of here. Because Schoonamaker, I've seen enough. I've seen enough to know that he's not it. He's not nowhere close. So I want to see if Spanford could step up, and obviously I need Ferguson to step up a little bit more. If we can get a combined unit of our tight ends get 1,000 yards this year, and probably we're going to have 2,000-yard receivers again if they stay healthy. Everything stays good, and our running back get another 1,000, and our quarterback's getting protected. Man, sky's the limit. And I believe these things could fall into place with a defense that can get teams off the field on third down. Dak Prescott could be the MVP of the league. I do believe that. So that's what I'm going to stick with. And I think I've been on long enough now. I've got my half hour in, so I'm going to continue to rock with this, and I think it's a good thing to rock with. So tell me in the comments. Do you believe Dak can be the MVP, or do you think that he's a dead duck? I think he's going to be the MVP. I think he can be the MVP. I'm not going to say I think he's going to be the MVP. I think he can be. He could be. And he can't. And he is, well, we all know he's well good enough to be. He just got to go out and do it. So, Dak, don't let me down, brother. I will go to bat for you. I will take up for you. I will do everything I can. But I need you to go to bat for me one time. Go do it, my man. And let's do it now. You know what it is. Until next time, we are them boys. Have a good one.